Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. Happy Black Friday.
Woke up today, 20-degree temperatures, but it's Black Friday. That's all kinds of fun. We couldn't wait to do some shopping for all sorts of things, but especially for a little bit of whiskey. And that's where we had our best luck today, if I'm completely honest. You're also maybe wondering where in the world we are. We're back in that apartment in Chicago, still looking for the ideal place to record a video. I don't think we've found it based on the lighting in here.
You're used to our shenanigans, so.
Yeah, our video quality shenanigans. Sorry, everybody. We're going to be back on the road and we'll be outdoors again soon, but 20 degrees today, very cold, but the savings are heating up. How cheesy is that to say?
I love that.
Okay, excellent. Well, we had a really kind of a long shopping list of things that we needed to get at the store today, so let's just rip into it. We got a full box in front of us here, and I'm excited to share what we purchased because a couple of these things weren't for us.
Right.
So let's start there. Last week we were invited to a little get together at our brother-in-law Peter's place, and we went there and we had brought along a couple of sample bottles of whiskey that people had shared with us. We thought nobody else is going to be drinking whiskey, so we'll just bring these things along. Well, other people saw us drinking whiskey, and we very quickly burned through our supply, and we got into Peter's supply.
Yes.
And wiped it out completely. And so we felt a little bad about that. Decided, everybody else was drinking sparkling wine when we got there, and we got them all turned out into whiskey. So that happens when you're having a good time. So to replace his whiskey, we know that he likes whiskey neat.
Yep.
He likes it on the rocks, and he likes to make cocktails out of it. Well, this is the best bottle we can think of for that. It's Wild Turkey 101 Rye, and this is a liter that we purchased for, hang on, I got a receipt here. Yeah, I gotta remember exactly what we got this for. $23.99 was the price on that. So Wild Turkey 101 Rye, if you haven't had it, knock it off, go get some, it's great.
Yeah, in my opinion, the 101 Rye is just a quintessential rye. You can put it up against any other rye, and I think it'll win. It's so delicious.
It's great for every purpose.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful whiskey, and it's super cheap. So well done, Wild Turkey. You're fantastic. Next up, our friend Brian saw our video from a couple weeks ago when we
Frenchman.
said we loved that Lucky 7 Frenchman single barrel so much. So we told him we were heading over here, and he goes, would you mind picking one of those up? So we did. This is $64.99, I believe is the price on this one. Again, this is 116.2 proof bourbon, finished in French oak casks. One of the best things we've tried all year. If you are anywhere in the neighborhood of Binny's, Evanston, go get this bottle. It's awesome.
Next up is everyone's favorite. It's a tater bottle. We found Elmer T. Lee just sitting on the shelf. I actually couldn't believe my eyes when I walked past it.
No, we've never seen that before. So $49.99 is what they charge for it.
Yeah.
My brother has never owned a bottle of it. So texted him right away, photo, of course. I said, hey, they've got this thing. Are you interested? Of course he was. So we scooped that up immediately. They were all gone when I left. I'm not super surprised by that. But there were plenty of good things on the shelf, surprising things on the shelf. So maybe go back this week and see if they have that there. But that was a super lucky pickup, and so happy that we could get him a bottle of that.
Yeah.
And $49.99 is a reasonable price, too.
Yeah, and we make fun, but it's delicious.
Yeah, no, great whiskey. It's a tater bottle, but it's great. The next few bottles are things that we purchased for our own purposes, starting with Julie's been saying we need an old-fashioned bottle.
Yes.
We need old-fashioned mixers. So we bought our maple syrup a couple of days ago, and then, of course, we got
Black walnut bitters.
$8, I believe, 64 cents, something to that effect. And that's actually a really good price. I've seen them a lot more expensive than that. Black walnut bitters, maple syrup, and finally, Julie's absolute favorite bourbon for old fashions.
$17.83. You cannot beat the price on this. It makes a delicious old fashioned. If I'm doing a cocktail, I don't want to put something uber expensive in there. I mean, I will if I have to, but $17.83, it's such a value and it makes such a delicious old fashioned.
And you're looking at this going, that's already open. Yeah, did I mention it was 20 degrees outside? We made a couple old fashions right when we got home because we
We're
had
not
to
working
warm
today.
up. Yeah, had to get the vocal cords warmed up before we recorded this video. And then we wanted to get a couple of bottles that we've heard a lot about. We think that potentially they're things that we should taste if we're going to do an end of year list.
Yeah.
We are not saying these are going to be on the list. We haven't tried them yet. The first one is a rye whiskey with a name that we very much like.
A Overholt.
A. Overholt. Fun to say, and I suspect it's going to be fun to drink. This is the Monongahela Mash. We got this for $34.99. This is a non-chill filtered expression. Just something very different. We were looking for kind of a low-proof sipper to keep it in the van anyways when we get back into it. This is 95 proof straight rye whiskey. It's a Jim Beam product. We love the old Overholt 114.
Yeah.
I mean, that whiskey's fantastic, and it's only $17.99 over there. This being $34.99, I was hesitant, but our friends Kathy and Christy suggested that they're really enjoying this bottle and that we should pick one up, and I trust their judgment, so that's what we did.
Next up is a bottle we try to find every year. I know you're very excited about this one. It is Remus Repeal Reserve 8.
Yeah, this is their first time going over 100 proof with this bottle, 101 proof. And this one we got for, let me check the numbers, because this was the expensive one.
Yeah.
$119.99 there plus tax. So pricey whiskey, but I heard good things about this from everybody that's tried it.
Yeah.
And so Remus Repeal Reserve, beautiful bottle. Again, 101 proof, not a crazy high sipper, so that's gonna be nice to have around, and we expect it to have a very nice elevated taste profile. So for the flavors in this bottle, and based on the history of it, it's almost always delicious. So I suspect that this is gonna be a very good whiskey, and for $119.99, higher than I'd like to spend. We usually get these things in the $80 to $90 range, but this is the only time I've seen it this year, so I went all in. Wanted to have that bourbon. Then there's one other thing. I had a $15 off coupon for spirits.
Well, I was gonna say, it's Black Friday, so I just wanted to point out, not only did we get good values today, but everything was discounted. I think almost everything was a few dollars off at minimum.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's one last thing. I thought for 15% off, we've got bourbon, we've got rye, we've got bitters, we've got all the things that we want. What we didn't have yet was an American single malt whiskey from what is quickly becoming my favorite distillery this year. So this was a $99 bottle that I got for $85. It's Cedar Ridge out of Iowa. This is the quintessential American single malt whiskey special release. This is married by Murphy Quint, master blender of Cedar Ridge Distillery. Of course, this is Pete and Sherry married, first anniversary. This is a 6-year-old single malt finished in first fill Amontillado? Sure. Sherry butt, and 6-year-old peated malt finished in ex-bourbon cask. At this point, pretty much anything that I see that says Cedar Ridge on it, I will buy. Literally every single time I try a bottle of their whiskey, I think, I wonder if I should have gotten a backup of this, because it's all so good. Can't wait to try this one. 118.1 proof, perfect for a cold winter day. Something tells me we're gonna get into this one later tonight. But that's it. That's our Black Friday shopping list.
I think we did pretty good.
I'm really, really excited about it. I'm proud of us. And I'm proud that we were able to pick up so many things for so many other people. That Elmer Tea Leaf for my brother was a really special pickup. The Frenchman for Brian, stoked for that. And we get to introduce Peter to a brand new rye that he's never had before. So there you go. What did you get for Black Friday? What did you buy for other people on Black Friday? This is a video that's gonna come out late today, so sorry for all of you people that like to watch Whiskey Tube early in the morning. Didn't get there for you today, but we'll get there next time from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers. Sorry.
Holiday-tastic over here.